And joining us on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight, Lieutenant General B.S. Jaswal, a former army commander of the non-command, live from Chandigarh this evening. Prafulla, Ketkar, editor of Organiser, live from Delhi. Lalit, Ambardar, who's a Kashmiri activist, also live from our studios in Delhi. Shabnam Lone is an advocate of the Supreme Court, joining us live from the national capital. Irfan, Hafeez Lone, activist and lawyer, a pro-secessionist boys from Srinagar. Professor Rizwan, Kashmir, Department of History and Culture, Jamia, Millia, Islamia. And my first question is to Lieutenant General B.S. Jaswal. Lieutenant General Jaswal, a former Northern Army commander, when you look at the turnout today, 94% of students have turned out to attend their examinations, their board exams, after 42 of their schools were set ablaze. And separatists who stayed quiet all along have been silenced. Lieutenant General Jaswal, when you look at those numbers, what is the message that you take away?
Firstly, you must realize that the future of Kashmir lies in the youth, the Gen Next. They have aspirations. If you go to the grassroots level, they actually are frustrated that their growth opportunities are being retarded by the separatists. This is a voice which is there actually at the ground level. Now, you should understand as to why these separatists and others, the terrorists over there, and above all, of course, Pakistan's aim. The whole philosophy is to bring in an eclipse as far as education prowess is concerned, resulting in these people getting frustrated and getting motivated to listen to the jihadi voice which these people are trying to introduce. Now, there's already a divide between the separatist thought and the Gen Next thought. The Gen Next, they do not want to go to Pakistan. They know what their future will be with Pakistan. The separatists, they want to go with Pakistan. So there is already a divide. So systematically, the separatists, they were trying to decimate this opportunity with the Gen Next were keen that yes, we must see the world. We must have a standing in the world. We are capable of doing things. So why deny us this opportunity? Why retard our growth?
And
that is the reason 94% people have come correlate with the elections.
The most important point they've made is, no, their only option is not to pick up a gun. And that's the message that the separatists and the pro-secessionists have been trying to tell the youth of Kashmir. We've heard these words from Gilani. We've heard these words from Mirwais Umar Farooq. These words saying that the Kashmiri youth have no option but to pick up the guns. Well, this goes out to all the separatists tonight that they do have an option and they have given you their answer. They want education and they want development, and they have told you this in 94% numbers. They've come out and taken their exams. Shabnam Lone, let me come to you. What does this mean for the separatist voices in the valley? When for the last several months we know what's been happening. There has been unrest, there has been violence, there has been stone pelting, but most importantly, more than 40 schools have been burned down, and yet we see a 94% turnout of the children of Kashmir. Doesn't this say clearly once and for all that we don't want to pick up guns? We have an option of education and we're going to exercise that option.
Tina, first of all, let me start this debate on a very positive note. For all the students, girls and boys who appeared in the exams, Kashmir, we really wanted to see this. For all these guys, you know, it has been a very traumatic and difficult time for them, and they have decided to overcome this depression. They have decided to come and give their exams. We are delighted, to say the least. It has been a very tough journey, and their young lives have got
I welcome that positive note that you're starting on. I welcome that positive note that you're starting on, because you're saying that these students have decided to take their futures into their own hands. They've decided to take up their education. But then you're also admitting that they are not victims of the system. The system, as we all know, over there for the last several months and certainly for decades has been one that has not engendered or in fact, encouraged the best possible future for the youth of Kashmir. But despite that, they have chosen to not be victims. Let me remind you what you said about a certain Burhan Wani. You have come here on the Newshour and you have called him a terrorist, a victim of the system. Do you now differentiate between someone who decides he's going to pick up a gun and someone who decides to pick up a book?
Tina, this is what I'm saying, that for most of the part we communicate, all of us, but I still feel the important aspects of Kashmir, they still remain untold. The way parents allowed their children to take the tests, the way children decided to go for the exams, the way the entire Kashmir society, do you know, Tina, throughout these 4 months there has been community schooling there. Young men and women have gone to all the mohallas in the Srinagar city, and they have been imparting education to these young people. So this has been a community effort. You must realize that Kashmiris throughout decades, throughout their history, we are the repositories of a proud past. Kashmiris are very well known for their high intellect.
Shabnam.
After all, it was Pandit Kalhana who wrote the first lyrical history of in the world.
Shabnam.
So we are the repositories of this very proud past. This tradition will continue. And inshallah, this education will be imparted to our youngsters. Now let me tell you again, Burhan Wani was one of such students. He was an A grader. He had excellent grades in his school and in his college.
But he chose to pick up a gun.
This is important. We need to know what happened.
Pictures of himself on social media with a gun.
Life. Why did he pick up a gun? What happened? How did the system fail him? And why did he pick up a gun?
Did not fail him. System did not fail him,
Shabnam. Go to Pakistan.
Shabnam,
he was
Lalit,
not a military. You must realize that.
Shabnam,
Lalit wants to come in.
And you must realize that for
if Burhan Wani had a reason to take the gun, think about Kashmiri Pandits who suffered
has been because of the way the valley rallied to the fact that he was killed. We all still feel that he should have been given a chance.
Of their children
you see, there are many ministers in the present government who were militants,
What did you do that time?
Like Burhan, they were militants.
And now, tell me, I have a reason to pick up a gun and avenge my genocide. I haven't picked up my gun. How can you decide that Burhan Wani had a reason to pick up a gun?
It is not about, come on, Ambardar, it is not about Burhan. We must have a separate program for that. It is not about Burhan.
Shabnam, are you suggesting
it is about the education of students?
Any democratic state,
you spoke about a separate program. Lalit Ambardar,
if you decide to challenge the state,
Lalit Ambardar, you spoke of a separate system. What separate system are you talking about? Shabnam, sorry to interrupt, because you say you represent the voice of the Kashmiris. Now, I want to ask you, you said we have to have a separate system for that. Now, what is that? What do you mean by separate system for that? You want separatists and terrorists to be treated differently? And
I said, if you want to have, this was a discussion about the exams and the children. And this grave summer of discontent which followed into a summer of bloody discontent in autumn.
Yes, but where
we have a ray of hope
the two
today.
issues are
Let's
linked.
talk about it.
The two issues are linked.
You are insulting these children.
No, all of this started after the killing of Burhan Wani.
Yes, exactly.
You cannot divorce the two issues. They are absolutely interrelated. Prafulla Ketkar wants to come in. Yes, Prafulla Ketkar.
Yeah, I think by comparing these 94% students of who appeared for 12th board exam with Burhan Wani, Madam Shabnam Lone is insulting them. You know, this proves this is increase of 3% increase in the appearance of students.
Come on, Prafulla, this is what I have said. It has got nothing to do with Burhan and this. No, come on, Prafulla. No, I will not let you talk.
Please, Shabnam.
No.
Shabnam has spoken. Shabnam has spoken. Shabnam has spoken. Let him speak. Shabnam has spoken.
I am giving you solid points.
Okay, one second. Okay, let's have a civil debate.
No. You have compared this.
Shabnam, let's have a civil debate.
Why did you?
Prafulla Ketkar, let's have a civil debate. Let's have a civil debate. Prafulla and Shabnam.
You mentioned Burhan Wani as was an A-grade student. What was the reason for you?
Let's have a
if you
civil
wanted
debate.
to discuss the examination.
Prafulla, make your point. Shabnam, let's have a civil debate, please. Shabnam, let's have a civil debate.
Three militants in the present government who are ministers. Let me tell you this.
This appearance
has this history.
This appearance
if they can
proves,
become ministers,
please,
and
please,
other people could have become
please let me complete.
Shabnam, I'll come back to
I
you.
will listen to you.
Let me complete. Let Prafulla
let Prafulla make his point.
You have insulted the students. You brought in Burhan Wani. Nobody else.
I just want to add because there is some confusion here. I did ask Shabnam Lone the question about Burhan Wani because I asked her that unlike him, these students have shown that they have the choice to pick up a book rather than a gun. So that question did come from me, to which she responded and talked about how Burhan Wani was an A-grade student. Now, having said that, you please respond, and then Shabnam, we bring you back in.
Prafulla Ketkar,
please let me compliment. Yes. See, this appearance of large number of students for board exams, it proves two things. One is,
Shabnam, it's called a debate. Shabnam, it's called a debate. He can decimate your point. It's called a debate, Shabnam. He can decimate your point. You can decimate his.
Shabnam, please. This is not done. This is not done.
No, you are putting it wrongly. You make your point. You counter me, but don't say something that I have not said, Prafulla. No. This has become a habit.
Let him make his point, Shabnam,
This shows that the aspirations of Kashmiri youth is not different from rest of India's youth.
Yeah, Prafulla, I because you said that, Prafulla, because you
Secondly, the most important point is, the point is proved.
I want to make one, I just want to throw in one fact. You take that point forward, I want to throw in one fact. The national average.
Again proving a point.
No, 2016 national average, 2016 CBSE numbers for all our panelists, 2016 CBSE turnout, class 12, 97.7%. CBSE turnout, 2016 class 10, 99.7%. Class 12 turnout in Kashmir today, 94%. So, Kashmir, like the rest of India, is showing the way. Shabnam, he's got a point. Prafulla, you continue with that point, and I'll take it forward with Irfan Hafeez Lone. Prafulla, make your point.
Absolutely. So the point is,
our culture.
The point is, the line Shabnam Lone is taking, or other separatist voices are taking.
Alert.
Shabnam, let him make his point, please.
Thanks for recognizing that intellectual culture, but that is not represented by Hurriyat and Gilani's madam. That is the point you want to make. You should make.
Yeah, Prafulla, and my question is to Irfan Hafeez Lone.
Hurriyat and Gilani, I have not taken their name. Hurriyat and Gilani can represent themselves. I don't represent them. I represent Kashmir.
No, but it's the separatists, Shabnam, and you will know it's the separatists who have driven fear into the hearts of Kashmiris.
But the Kashmir
have driven
Kashmir
fear.
Is part of a larger Indian ethos.
Prafulla, I just want to put this question to Irfan Hafeez Lone, and you take it forward from there.
And it is not something different from rest of India.
Yeah, absolutely. Take your point there. Irfan Hafeez Lone. Irfan Hafeez Lone, 1 second, listen to this. In May, you tried your stunt. In May 2014, Kashmir defied the agenda of separatists even back then. You will remember the election turnout in May 2014. Separatists gave a boycott call. What happened? 49.5% turnout for the general elections. Areas like Kupwara recorded the highest turnout with more than 63%. What locus standi to separatists have anymore? What locus standi to pro-secessionist voices have anymore when you look at students turnout in large numbers like they have now, 94%? Irfan Hafeez Lone.
Mr. Nirajan, first of all, I would like to request you to withdraw your words wherein you referred me as a pro-secessionist voice.
Sir, I said you're leaning towards separatists, sir. That's what I said. You lean towards separatists. You're sympathetic towards them.
If I'm talking, just hold on.
Yeah.
If I am talking for a peaceful resolution to Kashmir problem.
Yeah, they're called separatists,
The Prime Minister of India is saying same thing. Vajpayee ji said same thing. Parliament
I think they're called
sir,
those voices are called separatist voices.
You people refer us as a peacenik brigade. I am proud to be the member of peacenik brigade.
I think it's called being pro-separatist. Go on, Mr. Hafeez Lone. Yeah, I will say that you're a pro-separatist voice. Go ahead. You're a pro-separatist voice. I don't think I'm wrong on that one.
No, how you are saying like this? How you are saying like this? It's very unfortunate.
So you've taken a stand.
Very unfortunate. So I have seen on this channel on this channel you declared Shimla agreement. You declared Shimla agreement as infructuous. Whereas, as on date, Government of India still believes the only solution, only basis
Mr.
is the
Irfan Hafeez
Shimla
Loan,
agreement.
come back, no,
But
come
you
back to
on
the
this
question that I
channel,
asked
on
you.
this
Come back to the
news
question
channel.
that I asked you. Irfan Hafeez Loan, I asked you a question about how separatists have been rendered.
Okay.
No, yeah, please come to the point.
Yes.
Yeah.
But just what's my request? You will not speak over me just for 1 minute. Mr. Niranjan, you should not forget. You're referring about elections. You should not forget. It was the Chief Minister of the Jammu and Kashmir State, Mehbooba Mufti, the Umar Abdullah, the Congress Party, one and all. When they participated in the electoral process, they were very candid, clear that this is not connected with Kashmir resolution. This is separate. This is for day-to-day life issues, to settle those issues. So they were very candid, clear that elections are not solution to Kashmir problem. So the people of Kashmir are participating in elections for redressal of their day-to-day problems.
I get
so
your
how
point.
you are connecting it with the the Kashmir problem when the Chief Minister of the state is saying yes.
No, they may have been. They may have been.
Students have given you reply.
We are proud. We are proud that there were free and fair elections. We're not just talking about the Lok Sabha elections of 2014, but also the Kashmir Assembly elections. One second. Irfan, I just want to respond to something you said. Irfan, what I'm trying to say is the two issues. No, 1 second. Okay, 30 seconds. Then you will allow me to speak. Okay, 30 seconds.
Okay, Madam, today's participation is eye-opener for all those who used to refer Kashmiris as influenced by Wahhabism, influenced by radicalism. They have shown that we believe in peace, we believe in education, we believe in humanity.
That's what we're saying?
Yes, whatever is happening in Kashmir, it is outcome of Kashmir problem. It's offshoot of Kashmir problem.
Irfan Hafeez Loan, I'm saying the same thing as you. But what I'm saying is why you cannot separate one issue.
What is your peaceful solution?
Why you can't remove one issue from the other? Even when we're talking about elections, you're lauding the fact that the Kashmiri people came out and they participated in the democratic process because it was about day-to-day functioning of their state, of the people. But this happened despite the calls. Let's not forget there were specific calls. I'm talking about, for example, Gilani released a 4-minute video where he said, my appeal to the youth in particular is that the sacrifices rendered by the people must be safeguarded, and hence in no way should you vote during the elections. Now, these are the kind of calls that came out, and you know what? It is the exact same thing as burning down schools. The students today have given the same answer that the electorate gave back then. It's the same point being reiterated again and again by the people of Kashmir. Let me get Professor Qaiser also in on this now. Professor Qaiser, is there not a very clear message that is being sent?
Can I come in?
Because the separatists, all those who profit from the unease, the unrest, the violence, those who profit from fear and terror, their message has got lost here when the students have come out and taken those exams.
Three things that can be said in this regard. Number one, we all seem to get excited as and when there is a development like this, 94% people, students writing their exam or whatever percentage coming out and voting for
after their schools have been burned, after this, it's not normal circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, in the entire debate that has taken place so far, seeing Kashmir problem more than students yearning for peace, their yearning and desire and dream about building a career, building their future prospects, everybody joining hands together, including parents. And mind you, under these circumstances, some of the parents have also stated that they made it a point to escort their children to schools. I mean, these are very, very extraordinary times. And one of the statements that one lady made, that we have come here to protect our children from police excesses. So I think these are also...
Please don't go back to police excesses. It's got nothing to do with police excesses. Professor Rizwan Kaisa.
Even in Delhi, you have police around any examination center.
Let us accept the fact, we talked about pelting of stones. We should also talk about pellet guns, which injured
it's got nothing to do with pellet guns,
young boys and girls. Many of them in several cases they were in.
General Jaswal, you want to respond to this? General Jaswal,
who burned down the school?
General Jaswal,
let me tell you.
Can I just?
Yeah,
that is condemnable.
General Jaswal wants to come in. Let him come in. General Jaswal, want to respond to it.
Let's get General Jaswal in, and
can I please come in?
The concerns of parents.
Yeah,
who
no, it's
make
got
these
nothing to do with
statements.
police
General Jaswal,
excesses
please.
or pellet guns.
Can
General
I speak
Jaswal-
now?
Yeah, General Jaswal, please respond to Professor Qaiser. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, you must extrapolate the incident. The entire extrapolation of this incident is one, that the youth, they want to secure their future. Two, now they don't want to be oppressed by the calls of the separatists. They've understood what exactly is the aim of the separatists, to make sure that the intellectual growth is not there. The opportunity is denied by burning schools. They're defying that. The truth is coming out. All these people who came out on the streets also for stone pelting, etc., they came out because of fear of retribution. Their families being threatened that they will be killed. Now the actual face of the youth is coming out. This is what I call the Gen Next. This is the Gen Next, which is going to decide the future of Kashmir. All these thoughts of, the police excesses and all that, I don't know from where you imagine all this.
Yeah.
I don't know. These are all propaganda statements. People are keen, they want to do well, they want to secure their future, they are fed up on.
Professor Qaiser, you started off by saying people get excited.
I just
Professor
want to add 2 points.
Professor Qaiser, one small,
Niranjan, I want to add 2 points.
Just want to add to what General Jaswal just said. Just want to add to what General Jaswal just said, because you started off, when Tina asked you the question, you started off by saying people get excited. You used the words people get excited. Yes, we are excited about 94% of the student turnout.
I think even I'm excited. Listen, Niranjan.
No.
Let us not.
Professor, okay, let me complete.
Claim to
don't take me out of
representing
context.
national interest.
Don't take me out of context. Listen to me, Professor Qaiser. You started off saying people get excited, and then you linked it to pellet guns and you linked it to police excesses, right? I'm asking you a question, and you can please respond to me and respond to General Jaswal as well.
Please do that. Do that.
Now, I wanted to tell you, does this tell you about the other side of the story, which of course separatists do continuously talk about, which Shabnam also talks about on this debate, or does it tell you about whether the Kashmiri youth today is saying that they have full faith in the Indian democracy and they've also reposed their future in the Republic of India? I don't know whether you've seen the story of the girl Tajamul Islam. If you're watching Times Now today, you'll see the story of Tajamul Islam, a wonder kid. 8-year-old Tajamul Islam is a kickboxing sub-junior world champion from Kashmir. With a gold medal, she said, I dedicate my medal for India. I wanted to win it not just for Kashmir, but for India. And like General Jaswal said, it tells you the story of Gen Next. Okay? I was hoping, Professor Qaiser, that on this debate you would be talking about how this tell you about how despite...
Don't give me lines. Don't give me lines to follow. I'm sorry,
because you spoke... Okay, the first 30 seconds you spoke about...
that you will suggest.
You spoke about... Your first 30 seconds were about how people get excited.
Let me add 2 points.
And about pellet guns.
Let me very quickly
and
add
about
2 points.
excesses. Please, yeah, go ahead.
I know. Let me add 2 quick... While there is a lot of yearning among... Because I'm a university teacher, a lot of Kashmiri students, boys and girls, they come to my university, they study. I speak to them regularly. And I can understand that they have ordinary imagination and ambition like other Indians. But I think while they have this, isn't it the responsibility of the Indian state to ensure that conditions are such where the police forces, the security forces are especially trained to deal with a lot of responsibility and sense of compassion while dealing with situations like Kashmir.
You do know that there were 584 specially protected centers for these board exams?
Yeah. No. That's not the question.
No, it is.
We are talking about the long-term political development about
protect people and provide safety. Okay,
certainly,
you conclude your point. Yeah. Okay.
My concern is
diverting the point.
State institutions should walk extra mile to give them sense of assurance that their interest will be protected.
Please don't divert me.
That is where they are coming
out. No, but the point is, coming to you, Prafulla. Just let me respond to Professor Qaiser now. I'm going to say, even if I take your argument at face value, what you've said, my point is that the Kashmiri youth have still answered that question. That even if we accept that, your allegations of excesses or pellet guns or whatever it may be, the Kashmiri youth have still answered it. They've said we want to go out and we want to take our board exams. They've said, and they have refuted what someone like Yasin Malik has been saying, because he's been saying, and I'm quoting him, an entire new generation is being pushed towards militancy, and the only thing keeping youngsters from joining full-scale militancy is a lack of guns. Well, no, Mr. Yasin Malik, it's not. They're going to choose education.
Absolutely.
And that's the larger point that we're trying to make here. Whether you are, whether you are on one side of the debate, whether you're on the other side of the debate when it comes to state versus separatists is not even the point here. Whatever you believe, the point is students have come out and said, you know what, we're not interested in all this. We want a future. Lalit, please.
Yeah,
yes,
you, you refer to a person called Yasin Malik, the man who founded the culture of death, a cycle of death and destruction in Kashmir. A man who deserves to be tried for crimes against humanity is masquerading as a politician. And courtesy, people in Delhi who have facilitated political maker of these guys. Tell me one thing. Today, when these students are appearing in the examination, these very students 2 months ago were supposed to be pelting stones on the road, and these very Hurriyat and Islamists were claiming this is Kashmir on streets of Srinagar. Now today when they have seen their face on that, you know what we need to do? Number one, it's not a coincidence, this change, this lull. I would rather agree with Professor here that this is a lull. I call it a strategic lull.
I didn't say lull.
It's a strategic lull because the present government has tightened the borders. There is a restriction in the supply of men and material from across the border. Demonetization has come in, and the supply of funds has stopped to Kashmiri Islamists. You don't have money to pay to the stone pelters. So, and most importantly, the Hurriyat guys have been rendered redundant by the present regime. That's the most important thing. And if only the people in Delhi stop mollycoddling Kashmiri Islamists, I'm sure one day the students of Kashmir, the youth of Kashmir will realize they are being driven towards Boko Haram's ideology that modern education is bad. And if you are following the jihad evolution in Kashmir, it's strictly following the jihad evolution in the rest world.
But the students have shown they don't want to go down
exactly
that route.
Now if I have professor here linking it with the stone, the reaction of stone pelters, police excesses,
no, don't shout.
In the examination hall, then they get a boost.
Okay, Professor Kaiser
He
wants to rebut what you said. Yes, Professor.
Number one, don't put words in others' mouth. I will say whatever that I feel like saying, number one. Number two, what Kashmiri boys and girls have done in this context, having gone and written their board examination, 94%, welcome, very, very welcome. What I'm saying is that Kashmiri students in hordes have been traveling out of the valley, traveling to far off places like Bengaluru, Mumbai, Delhi, other places in search of better and quality education.
And why is that? Why is that? It's because their state is burning. It's because there's been no peace in the state.
It is this that I'm
because you burn schools.
Therefore, I'm also trying to say that state institutions got to be more compassionate and sympathetic about promoting
you are not being compassionate when you show to the students of Jamia, which includes the Kashmiri Muslim student there, a film called Jashn-e-Azadi.
No.
That's not compassion towards the students of Kashmir. That's not. You are boosting the morale of the separatists when you do that.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there. One second.
We have not shown the film like Jamia.
You have shown it.
I have protested against it.
Have the courtesy.
You seem to be a propagandist of some party.
No, I am not. I am a Kashmiri Hindu. And you please stop referring to Kashmiris as Kashmiri. You refer to them as Kashmiri Muslims.
Please allow me the courtesy to speak.
It hurts my dignity when you refer to Kashmiris just because they are Kashmiri Muslims.
Please allow me the courtesy. I will request you both. This is firstly not going to get personal at all. Secondly, I want to come back to the point that you're making, and that is what we are all saying here. But if you are going to put the blame of what has happened in Kashmir for the last several years and decades, are you going to blame the state when you say that the state needs to take better care? Or are you going to blame those who are burning down the schools, General Jaswal?
That is condemnable, Tina, in any case. That is condemnable.
Who is responsible for the condition that Kashmir is in?
Unqualified manner.
General Jaswal, who is responsible?
Being a teacher, out condemned.
Can I just answer? Professor
General Jaswal,
all I'm saying is that compassion.
Professor,
please.
The reply given by...
Professor, can I answer?
Yeah,
can I answer, Professor?
General Jaswal, go ahead.
I request you, please. Yeah, thank you. You see, you should understand the whole philosophy. The separatists and the Pakistanis, of course, they are very keen that there is no education growth in the state. So that frustration is there, and they find it easy to recruit terrorists. Now, the kids, they are showing keenness towards education, and what they have done, burn the schools. 42 schools. Why didn't the people come out to the streets that time to protest against the burning of schools? Now you're saying you're feeling very happy. Just a second. You're feeling very happy that so much percentage has come in over there to appear in exams because there's no way out. It's a fact. It's a slap on the face of the separatists, of the calls being given by people that the children should not go to schools because now they will not get a nursery of people who want to hold the gun. The fact on ground is people are fed up with the dictates of these people, and they are definitely under fear of retribution, which will also go away. And that is a frustration now, which has turned other way around, frustration of the separatists and the so-called people who do not. Yes.
Yeah, General Jaswal, you know, to add to what you said, I want to bring in Irfan Hafeez Loan here because Irfan Hafeez Loan was on an argument about why separatists are valid and why their word should be taken seriously in the valley. Irfan Hafeez Loan, just want to quote a couple of things that have been said by separatists, like in the case of May 2014 elections, when Kashmir defied a separatist boycott call. Just want to read out, as Tina was saying, some of the quotes of separatists when it comes to boycotting democracy is concerned. This is what Gilani said in 2014. My appeal to the youth in particular is that the sacrifices rendered by the people must be safeguarded and hence in no way should vote during elections. That's 2014. In 2016, casting votes. This is what Yassin Malik and Gilani said in a joint statement. Casting votes will be an act of treason with the blood of martyrs and will tantamount to a sellout. Now, I want to ask you, Irfan Hafeez Loan, we know why schools were set ablaze. We know why schools were set ablaze in the valley. It was to drive fear in the heart of students and to boycott the education system. Let's not joke about that. Now, today with 94% turnout, will you agree that the Hurriyat and separatists have been rendered useless in the valley?
Once again.
Let me
let
me apprise your good self let me apprise you that the talking to Hurriyat is on the top agenda of BJP PDP alliance. So if you are saying they are useless, you should ask the BJP and PDP to withdraw this agenda.
I don't think they've spoken anytime soon, haven't they?
It is on their agenda to talk to these useless people whom you refer as the useless people.
Prafulla Ketkar, is that true?
You should not forget it was Mr. Vaj. Yes?
I'm asking Prafulla Ketkar
who held talks with these Hurriyat people.
I don't know which agenda he is talking about. I don't know which agenda he is talking about.
People. Yes.
Prafulla Ketkar, is that true?
You said BJP government. Tell me which agenda talks about
BJP, PDP government. It is on their agenda to talk to these people whom you refer as the useless people. It is on their agenda that we should hold dialogue with all the stakeholders.
The real point is, don't divert.
Just hold on.
Hurriyat has become irrelevant. Hurriyat has become irrelevant.
If you can span on this.
And Kashmiri students have made them irrelevant.
If you can just focus on this.
What is that?
This is the UN resolution.
On what?
Kind of clearly provides.
You want to speak on behalf of separatists
in Kashmir? These elections cannot be.
UN resolution?
You're not interested.
I'm sorry, Kashmir has chosen democracy, you know that. One at a time. Hurry, Irfan Hafeez Loan, please.
Don't divert the discussion.
Yeah, don't divert the discussion. Please, Kashmir is an integral part of India. Kashmir has chosen democracy, please.
I'm telling you the ground reality.
Yeah, the ground reality is that 94%.
For a while. This is the...
No, please, Irfan Hafeez, don't divert. Irfan Hafeez, don't divert.
Ground reality is 94% students appeared for the exam.
Please don't talk about ground realities. Ground realities is the ground reality is that 42 schools were.
And Hurriyat is eating grass.
Irfan Hafeez loan. The reality, the ground reality. Let's talk about the ground reality. The ground reality. Irfan Hafeez loan. You start talking and you just don't stop. You just don't stop. I want to ask Shabnam Loan. Shabnam, you've been listening to the debate for quite some time now. Would you agree, Shabnam? Would you agree that the Hurriyat or whatever's left of it is now irrelevant in the valley? When you look at the poll, be it the turnout during elections, May 2014, we've seen it. Recent state elections, we've seen it. By-elections, we've seen it. Or be it this attempt to intimidate students. Now 42 schools set ablaze and the 94% turnout. If you look at these numbers, what is the message that you read as far as the Hurriyat is concerned? Haven't they been turned irrelevant?
Elections, but that is not solution to problem.
Irfan Hafeez loan, my question was to Shabnam Loan. Irfan Hafeez loan,
2016.
can you please let the other panelists speak? Irfan Hafeez loan, once again. Shabnam Loan, please.
Struggle.
Shabnam Loan.
We have seen 3 wars because of Kashmir. So
Shabnam Loan and Lalit Ambardar. Shabnam Loan.
Yeah.
Amicable solution.
Shabnam Loan. He won't let you speak, Shabnam Loan. Please make your point.
Okay, Niranjan, let me put it like this. It is rather sad that today we all should be happy. These, singeing this moment, the winter chill, it has been intercepted by a wonderful march for education, for liberty, for equality, for fraternity, by these young minds, by these young students. For all these students, young boys and girls, love you guys. This is the way to go. Concentrate on your studies. Hurriyat, Kashmir issue, the present government, the Abdullahs and the Muftis, who are a failed part of India's democracy. It is high time for India to look for proper people in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Muftis and Abdullahs have failed India's democracy. They cannot help you. This generation next. Look at these people. Look at this march for education. Look at this positivity. Let's all give it a go. And today, let's not.
That's a very good point.
Put so much heavy onus on these children. This is their moment. Let us all enjoy it. This is their moment. Let us all enjoy it. PDP government has been in cahoots with separatists. They have, Tina, let me make this one point. You see, they have been repeatedly in touch with separatists. The education minister, he has been writing letters to Gilani, literally exhorting him कि हमें आप माफ कीजिए, मैं मर जाऊंगा और मुझे यहाँ पर दफन होने के लिए जगह नहीं मिलेगी.
See, Shabnam, we can't validate that. We can't substantiate that.
No, he has
dozens of times. That is the reality. That is the reality.
But I will tell you,
the PDP and BJP government has been in touch with the separatists.
That here on the show. But what I will grant you is that if the government is even talking to the separatists, it's because they have to make sure that the situation in the state is one that is conducive for people to live. They want to stop the unrest. They want to stop the burning of schools. The government would like people to start feeling safe, come out and take part in democratic processes like elections. So that's the point here. Any specific person or instance that you mentioned, we will not talk about here because we are not going to substantiate it here on the show.
I want to respond to Ms. Loan.
Ms.
Loan, you took up a very good point. You took up a very good point about the political dynasties that are ruling Kashmir. Very good. But who is responsible for throwing up such dynasties in Kashmir? The people of Kashmir, right? Now tell me one thing. How do we break the hegemony? It's not only the people of Kashmir are suffering. Kashmiri Hindus have suffered genocide because of the rule of the hegemonic rule of Kashmiri Muslims over whole of Jammu and Kashmir. Ladakhis are suffering. People of Jammu are suffering. And if we have to break the hegemony of Kashmiri Islamist polity, you have to talk about the Article 370, the mollycoddling of Kashmiri Islamists by Delhi. I agree with you on that account. But how do we do that? You can't be, today is an occasion when you laud the move of the students. But at the same time, in the same breath, you are connected with the Kashmir issue. How come students' examination can be connected with the Kashmir issue? Tell me. Only 1 month ago, you even said Burhan Wani and what do you mean by A grade student, 8th class dropout who was dedicated to the Islam and the nation by his own father, an educated, respectable so-called headmaster.
Come on, have a separate, come on, have a separate program.
No, that is the problem. You cannot segregate it. You can't have hypocrisy. You can't have hypocrisy, ma'am. You can't have hypocrisy. Today, if you talk about the students, talk about their effort. They have given a slap on the face of Hurriyat. Let's not mince any words about it. Yes. But if we put in buts and ifs there, you are only demoralizing them.
Don't make these unnecessary, stupid points.
Okay, let's not get
what are the stupid points, ma'am?
Okay.
What is so stupid about it? We are talking examination, you are trying to link it with the Kashmir situation, issue of Kashmir.
What are you talking? Do you know anything about the ground situation there?
Okay, Shabnam, pull back.
And the entire society has come to this decision.
Quick check on
this is the time, at least give them this due. Don't bring in all these topics at the same time.
Don't get personal. Lalit, Ambardar and Shabnam, please pull back. Please pull back. Let's come back to the debate. Let's come back to the debate. Final few. I want to get one last voice, please. I want to give, please. Shabnam, pull back. Shabnam, pull back.
Paid by Pakistan.
Shabnam, pull back. I want to go to Lieutenant General Jaswal for the last word. Lieutenant General Jaswal, the last word to you, Lieutenant General Jaswal, because we started this debate by talking about the irrelevance of Hurriyat today. I want to ask you this last question. Does the generation, does the Kashmir of India speak with the 94% who turned out? Are they the Gen Next of India? Have the 94% who turned out sent a message to the likes of Gilani, who said gun remains an option in the resolution of Kashmir, Yasin Malik, who said an entire new generation is being pushed towards militancy? Or is this number, the 94% that turned out, speak for the real Kashmir of tomorrow? Lieutenant General Jaswal, last word to you.
The strongest line in our constitution is in the preamble. We, the people of India, what these people have shown this time and in the elections, that they are part of the Constitution of India and they are we, the people of India. They've enmeshed themselves and they have said so, that this kind of endeavors by the separatists and the terrorists to undermine the future of these children is not acceptable to them. They want to be part of we, the people of India.
And a reminder to all our viewers today that we'll end with this fact. A quick reminder to all our panelists: the Hurriyat did everything to keep children away from procuring formal education, and this is evident in the fact that even schools in the valley were made to follow the Band calendar. Schools in the valley forced to follow the Band calendar. 42 schools set ablaze. 94% of students still come out and take the examinations. I think that is the biggest proof of democracy winning in Kashmir. Thank you for joining us on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.
The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.